Well, the number of
headlines blur, societies strain. Nations stand at crossroads. But is this the full picture? What stories of hope unfold beyond the headlines? Through the tumult of our age, light begins to break through. And so we ask, where do we find hope? In every continent, communities are discovering that the way forward requires more than temporary solutions. A profound transformation is needed in how we see ourselves and one another. Far from the glare of headlines, a different story unfolds in the most intimate spaces of society, where the seeds of peace are taking root. In a quiet corner of the United Arab Emirates, a simple garden becomes something more.
The garden has evolved into a social space that fosters peaceful interaction among neighbors who come together to care for the greenery they have nurtured.
Prevailing narratives often cast youth as consumers to be satisfied and problems to be solved. But throughout the world, another reality is taking shape.
You have set an example through your dedication to unity. This will truly contribute to the development of the country.
Young people everywhere are discovering their capacity to foster a culture of peace in their communities.
We can either remain passive in the face of forces that threaten social harmony, or arise to contribute to the spiritual and moral education of the next generation.
When youth arise to serve, barriers begin to fall.
In the past, people in my community were separated by religion and economic statuses. But through the empowerment and spiritual education of the younger generation, families from different groups of people have come together to have this conversation about the future of our community.
In times of calm and crisis alike, neighbors who once were strangers learn to inspire and strengthen one another.
Even amid the flood's devastation, the joy of serving others shone through, reflecting faith and humanity's capacity to transform adversity into hope.
In moments of profound challenge, prayer is drawing hearts together, kindling hope anew.
When people with diverse perspectives meet in such spaces, they meet the other, and the other becomes us.
These experiences are awakening diverse people to their common humanity with a vision that transcends the limitations of today.
So if we agree and accept unity of humankind, there will not any rooms for prejudices.
We can think about additional questions like what narratives could help us bridge gaps between different worldviews and perspectives.
As societies grapple with religious extremism and scientific skepticism, the Baha'is of Azerbaijan explored how harmony between science and religion offers a path to lasting peace.
One reveals things in the material realm through intellectual inquiry, while the other helps us navigate life and search for meaning. But both serve human well-being.
The building of peace calls on us to reimagine every aspect of human life. In technology, too, new perspectives are emerging when human dignity is placed at the center.
If we treat all human beings as people who can be active participants in the process of knowledge production, then the idea that we just take up technologies that are produced in one part of the world and applying them wholesale to another community wouldn't be possible.
On the path to social harmony, we not only aim to transform how we relate to each other, but how we relate to the natural world.
When we care for nature with love and wisdom, we not only protect biodiversity, but also nurture our collective spiritual growth and development.
In these endeavors, peace is seen not merely as the absence of conflict, but as the presence of justice, harmony, and the equality of women and men.
Consultation enables families to treat each other with love. Children in this environment learn to work with others, men with women and women with men, toward shared goals.
Creative expressions honored the memory of the 10 Bahai women who were hanged in Shiraz, Iran 41 years ago.
This campaign has inspired countless people to envision a future where equality and justice are not only ideals, but lived realities for all.
Day by day, conversations continue to deepen, collective efforts strengthen, and the rhythm of community life grows ever richer through service, through worship, through unity of purpose. A flourishing pattern of life inspires hearts with meaning and hope.
When people understand that what matters is their soul and not the physical body, the differences that the caste system brings tend to dissolve.
This recognition of our spiritual reality finds expression in sacred spaces rising across the globe. Houses of worship stand as beacons of unity, havens for all.
One of the things that most inspires me is seeing the impact on visitors, the positive impact of hope, connection, spirituality, and peace that they receive when they come to the temple.
In the peaceful setting of Hofheim-Langenheim, the Baha'i House of Worship emerged at a time of profound need as Europe sought to rebuild from the turmoil of the Second World War.
Dem Haus der Andacht entspringt der Überzeugung, dass es Frieden unter den Menschen.
This temple arises from the conviction that peace among people can only exist in a community that is inclusive. This place stands as a refuge for all.
In Papua New Guinea, the dedication of the Baha'i House of Worship stood as a powerful expression of unity and diversity.
The House of Worship is not just a physical structure, but it's a beacon of light, inviting all to come together in prayer, in reflection, and in harmony.
Like a heartbeat growing stronger, the spirit of unity pulses through more regions of the world. 3 new Baha'i houses of worship were announced, 2 national temples in Brasilia, Brazil, and Lilongwe, Malawi, and a local temple in Baturi, Cameroon. On this journey, countless hearts draw inspiration from Abdul Baha's life as a herald of peace. As his shrine rises, his matchless example and words beckon humanity toward a harmonious world. These efforts converge as streams into an ocean, flowing toward a distant horizon, where through the fog of present-day struggles, glimpses of humanity's bright future begin to emerge. Across India's vast array of peoples and faiths, a vision of oneness has for generations drawn hearts together across every divide.
Through its advocacy for gender equality, universal education, and grassroots community building efforts, the Baha'i community has emerged as a consistent advocate for social progress and unity. This
same spirit of hope echoes in Chile, where for 4 decades, a radio station has been weaving ancestral wisdom with spiritual principles from the Baha'i teachings.
This initiative stands as a source of hope for a community striving to overcome historical challenges and forge a future rooted in both their ancestral heritage and a common human identity that transcends differences.
In Iran, where an entire community has faced systematic persecution for generations, we witness an extraordinary response.
The road is steep and rocky, but we do our best with a posture of humility. What we want to do is to continue to serve despite the persecution that is even now going on.
In Yemen, even in moments of severest trial, when members of the Baha'i community faced imprisonment, their response was not to retreat, but to reach further outward, to serve, to unite, to build.
We are not just building better communities. We are nurturing a vision of what Yemen can be. It is a future where every person, regardless of their background, can contribute to our shared progress.
In this vision lies a powerful message of hope, not just for Yemen, but for a world in search of new paths to peace and unity.